Okay, so theoretically the stream should be back, and as now I can go back to commentate. And Phantom is barely holding on the DRS of Dylan. I think the closest battle on track right now is Phantom against Marco for that P4. Into turn 1 on the inside with the DRS, and he gets ahead before the braking zone coming into turn 2 and now turn 3. But now this also means that the Aston Martin driver will open his rear wing flap on the DRS zone after turn 5. And he will have a chance to attack the McLaren and to get that before once again. There is also battling between Bazooka and JM down in P8 as they go very close to the wall as Bazooka tried to defend that position, but JM on the inside, he not exactly very cleanly, but he still gets the move done in a slightly dangerous way, I should say, but it still didn't cause damage, didn't cause DNF, so that's good. But now we'll go back with this midfield battle between Marco and Phantom, as Marco is in P4 and the Aston Martin opens. They are still on track. It is quite a common place for crashes on that corner right there, but luckily this wasn't the case. 5 tenths apart from the Aston Martin Phantom, as Kevin is on the mediums right now with only 5 laps. The mediums are still faster than the hards, so this also explains why he was able to recover this time, and he opens his DRS as well as Pocho behind and as well as JM behind. So we got a little train, a little DRS train starting from Marco, being chased from Phantom, Kevin, Pocho and JM, and right now the closest gap is between JM and Pocho, fighting for P7, as Finlay, I didn't mention it before, he pitted onto the mediums as he was also one of the cars involved in the turn 1 incident, and he sets the fastest lap right now. He's in P12 and 5 seconds away from Jonathan being 33 seconds away from Sully. Sully is in the DRS of Bazooka, chasing the Alpine. And well, if it wasn't for Bazooka being that far away from JM, we would have a DRS train up until like from P4 to P10. But right now that is not the case. It's only from P4 to P8. As Cat Racer still enjoys his very comfortable leading position, and Felix currently looking like Sully goes very wide after turn 19, but he avoids the wall. I almost saw a Lance Stroll crash there, but that luckily wasn't the case. Like I was saying before, Felix currently not being able to find that time to actually get close to Cat Racer, but Dylan lacking even more pace, as he had a very strong qualifying, but he's just lacking the race pace. He's now 5 seconds away from Felix. Definitely. Oh, starting with a big oversteer after turn 7, but almost saw a Felix crash, and it didn't happen. We're going very close to crashes. That's, always the case in Singapore. But I'm obviously hoping that doesn't happen. But who will be hoping that this actually happens will definitely be Jonathan and Finlay, as the race got pretty much ruined after the first lap. So a safety car is definitely their only chance to recover positions and to get those points. But right now it's still a battle for P9, and then a DRS train in the midfield with all of the cars behind Dylan and in front of Bazooka, but positions are not changing for the moment. Now Sully gets the DRS of Bazooka, but still not enough for a move, as this DRS straight is quite short. It just gives you a little bit of a boost for the entry of turn 1, but I mean, the very first big DRS zone is this one right here. After turn 5, this is definitely the chance for overtakes, so that you can send it into 7. Will Sully do it as he chooses the outside line actually, but he can make it work. They push themselves a little bit of track as they also bump wheels, and oh, Bazooka crashed! It's Bazooka out of the race, and we have a full course safety car. And Sully and Bazooka were fighting for position, and they eventually come together and crash at turn 8. They were already bumping wheels, but Bazooka got the wall on the exit of turn 8 on the left side. This has brought the safety car on the track. And yeah, so always keeping that 100% safety car rate, always keeping those stats alive, and it's great news for Jonathan and Finn right now. But what do the hard runners do right now? Because it's 31 minus 7, it's about 24 laps, 23 laps. Do you go to the end with mediums or hards? As Car Tracer pits for mediums, well, it's not exactly that much of a choice for the hard runners to go onto the mediums, but I'm not so sure if the mediums will reach the 60 percentile where at the end of the stint. I'm not sure, because if I was starting on the mediums, then I would definitely go for the hards to try until the end. But let me see the race director, because I want to see what the medium runners are doing. Kevin actually hasn't pitted. What? Wait a second. Okay, so let me see the stops. Dylan, Kevin, JM and Sully actually haven't pitted. And oh, Sully retired. What? Sully retired? When did that happen? When did Sully retire? He's still on track. What? And then what? Did he just retire on track? Oh, I think I know what happened. Oh, I think I know what happened, and that's the most unfortunate thing. He disconnected because right after the retirement showcase, yeah, it's exactly what I thought. Sully disconnected, and the game made him DNF, and that's a shame. That's one of the glitches we've had for quite a long time that caused many troubles in the race, and unfortunately this is another case of them. A race ending glitch with no fault being given to Sully. That's the end of his race, unfortunately. Very unlucky, but that's just what happens sometimes. So after this unfortunate game glitch, we are down to 10 drivers. It's certain points for everyone. No matter if you finish the race or not, you will get points, which is a sign of relief at the track like Singapore. Kevin actually decides to pit only now. Why? I mean, you didn't pit, so I guess you were gambling for the track position. But if you pit right now, you just lost, and he's still on the mediums. Like, lap with the mediums and then softs on the last lap. But still, it's not exactly a strategy I understand. Because at this point you could have just try and defend as much as possible that P2 and then pit, but staying out and pitting when everyone was already caught up behind the safety car, you just wasted everything. So I don't know, but anyway, that's the ass of Kevin in P9 with the fresher mediums instead of everyone else. He will have a slight advantage on most of the drivers, definitely a bigger advantage on Finlay. But Dylan and JM on all the hards are actually leading the race, with Dylan in P1 and JM in P2. they will definitely have to defend these positions as hard as possible. But eventually they will have to change tires sooner or later, and it's gonna be the perfect case if they do the pit stop. It's gonna be the perfect case if they stay out right now on the hards, defend as much as possible, then another safety car comes in, and then they go to pit on mediums. Like, that would be the perfect scenario right now for Dylan and GM. But still, from Kart Racer and below, those fresh mediums will just have so much advantage. But I mean, it is still Singapore, it is still a track where it's difficult overtaking. But Phantom Phil and Kevin are rolling to the pits. Kevin with another stop. What? Now he's onto the hards. Okay, I have definitely no idea what is happening in Haas right now. No idea what the Haas strategists are thinking now. And Aston Martin also with a double stack, going on to the fresh mediums, dropping all the way down to P9 and P10. I mean, okay, many different strategies here in Singapore. You know what, I'm not even gonna question it. It will just be interesting to see. We'll just see where this goes. Just curious. But now we have to wait for these 3 cars to catch up behind the safety car, which I think they will. Yeah, they definitely will before the end of this lap. So that we will resume racing on lap 11, so that we will have 21 laps of racing until another safety car comes in, and then I have to find something to waffle about during the safety car period. But I have to say, I mean, in no like offensive way, but those crashes, Felix in qualifying and Bazooka in the race, looked spectacular. Like, I don't mean that in an offensive, shaming way, but you know, just I don't know. I just imagine it if it was like real life Formula 1. And you will see those crash with the real cars, with all of the tires completely destroying. Like, they look almost stylish. I don't even know how to describe it. Doesn't matter anyway, because the safety car is in this lap. Dylan, after I don't know how much time, is leading a safety car restart, and with the whole heart he's gonna have to defend as much as possible. I will enable the telemetry to see where he decides to restart. He restarts right now, right before turn 18, and the drivers behind him has reacted quite quickly, as Kart Racer is probably already... Okay, he's not making a move into someone on GM, that is definitely very... they almost squeeze... Oh, GM with an oversteer, he spun! He hits the wall, and he breaks his front wing, but his car is still intact. But that's GM spinning and dropping down to P10 with no front wing left on his car. But now, moves between Dylan and Kart Racer, they go side by side through turn 8, now into turn 9, they almost contact as Dylan is trying to defend for his life, but now Felix is also trying to get past as he gets past very quickly, as Dylan has to back out. Now Dylan has to defend against the McLaren of Marco in this very twisty section, as Marco will definitely try everything he can to get past as quickly as possible, otherwise he loses time. He cannot go for a switchback at the hairpin, but the exit speed is definitely much higher given the tire advantage. Now he goes around the outside of turn 14, but he still can make a move. But with a beautiful switchback, Marco makes the move. He's into the podium positions, as Dylan has dropped down to P4. But now Pocho and Dylan are actually battling in P4 and P5. Dylan is in P5. Yeah, those tires are just dropping him massively down the grid order. But now it is Kart Racer getting back into the lead once again, but this is Felix's perfect chance to actually make a move and to get back that leading position, to try and win the race and to stop Kart Racer's championship streak finally, I would say. Not that I have anything against him, but you know, it's always nice to see not dominating. I mean, but anyway, Felix goes around the inside of turn 7. He gets the move done as he goes past the wall where he crashed earlier in qualifying. But Catch Racer with a switchback at turn 8, and now into turn 9. The race leaders are giving us a wonderful battle to watch. But Felix will stay ahead from turn 10 and 13, and now the Mercedes will have to chase the Ferrari and get past as quickly as possible, and they are already dropping quite the gap from the drivers behind, as Marco is out of the RS from Catch Racer, already 1.3 seconds away. So the race leaders will have the RS between each other. Then it's gonna be a train from Marco to Jonathan. Actually, it's a smaller DRS train this time. And we are into lap 12 of this Singapore Grand Prix, starting from lap 13. So right after these two corners, the DRS will be enabled. So the first DRS we will see will be after turn 5. There we go, we can see it on the top of the screen. DRS is enabled as Catch Racer just needs to follow behind the turn 1, 2 and 3 and 4 as well, which is pretty much a non-existent corner. But anyway, the DRS detection is right here during turn 4, and now into turn 5 the DRS will be enabled as the Mercedes will open his rear wing to get the move done to lead this race once again. Will he go on the inside, on the outside? He goes on the inside. No, he actually backs out. He didn't have enough speed. 2/10 away from each other, but yeah, Catch Racer is gonna have to wait to make a move as it is not the time yet. But now Finlay is also trying as much as he can to get a position on Pocho. He has the penalty though, so even if he gets ahead, he will drop him down quite massively, as they both have the RS. But Finlay with the overspeed, he goes on the inside of turn 14 and they bump wheels, but luckily nobody's into the wall this time. But Pocho gets the P4 back as Finlay didn't make the overtake on the inside work. Now the stream glitched again. I'm gonna try to restart as soon as possible to see this battling go on.